Hi friends, welcome back to my channel. So I'm back with another video. So in this topic, I'm integrating with the Active Directory with the directory service. So you can see we have the Active Directory is up and running. So here you can see I'm trying to check the port. The port is already open for the RDP as well as we have opened all the traffic for all the ports. So I logged it with the Active Directory. You can see here I'm trying to check the password of the administrator. If you forget the password, you can reset it here. And let's go to a directory service. Let's set up the directory, and we have to select the third option, the ID connector, because we have to integrate with the on-premise Active Directory. So we can take a small because we have the limited user. So you can go with the small one, then click on next, and after clicking on the next we have to select the VPC. If you don't have the VPC, you can just take as default. Now we have to enter the domain name, like which is the, you can say, the real name of the Active Directory, which is ozone.com. We can enter that, and after that we have to enter the private IP with the Windows Active Directory, which is like the 172 or 31 something. We just need to copy from the EC2 instance. We have to copy the private IP here. You can see here I'm just checking the IP, and that is 172.31 uh, 1482. Just copy the IP address and let me put here, and after that it will ask you to enter the credential. So as you have the administrator, so we have to enter the username and we have to enter the password. If you enter the wrong password, definitely will be failed. So that's why I try to say, if you don't know the password, you can reset before the from the starting of the beginning. So let click on next here, and once you click on next, then you have to click on the create directory. We have entered all the defined things, and it will take, as for the message, you can see it will take around 5 to 10 minutes to get it up. So in the meantime, we can create the required IAM policy, because once it integrated, we can integrate it with the some of the user, and we can see whether it is working or not. So let's go to the IAM policy, and we have to create one of the role here for the directory service. So let's go to the IAM role, click on roles, and here we have to create role. uh, we need you can see we have the different options, but we have to go with the directory services. Let's select that done directory services, then we have to tick mark on that, then we have to click on next, and once click on next, we are planning to provide only the EC2 read only policy. So we have to select that policy here, and once they selected the required policy, then we have to click on next, and you can give any role name, like we can give like AD underscore EC2 read only, and you can give any name as for your convenient, and then we have to create role, and you can see here the role has been created as in the, yeah, you can see here the role has been created here. So let's go to the directory service, and let's see whether that service, the directory is up or no. So you can see it is still it is creating. So let's wait another 2 minutes. So let me pause here, then I will reconnect once it is activated. Yeah, you can see it is active now. So it took around 5 to 10 minutes. So let's go to the directory service, and we have to click on application management, and we have to enable the URL here. So you can give any name, like I can keep ozone demo, then I have to click on create, and this URL would be created. And once it enabled, then you have to we have to go down, and there is we have to enable the AWS management console. Yeah, you can see this URL is required while opening the access the like the AWS console. Yeah, you can see I enabled that, and yeah, like whatever the policy you have created, that would be reflected here. So if you refresh it, then you can see that role is showing here. You can see, yeah, the so it's populating here now. Yeah, so click on the that AWS EC2 data only policy here. Then you have to click on add, and that like whatever the user you have created in the on-premise Active Directory, you have to just enter the name. Then you will see that name is reflected, and we can add this user so that that required policy would be applied on this user. So once click on add, then we can just verify, and you can just go back and copy that like the AWS console URL from here. Yeah, from the application management you can see there is the URL is showing. Yeah, just copy that URL and open from any different browser, or you can open, because if you open the same browser, maybe that will log out. So you can go to the different browser and you can open that UI, and you have to enter the your AD username. Like my username is user1, so I have to enter the user1, then I have to enter the password, and once enter the credential, just you can click on sign in. As per the rule, like we have provided only the EC2 read only access to the user. So once able to log in, you can we can try to access S3 and EC2. Obviously, the user don't have the privilege to access the S3, so it can't access. So let's open the S3 first. Yeah. So as for the policy, the user has only the read-only access for the EC2. However, the user don't have the privilege to access the S3. So that's why you can see when it's trying to open, it is throwing some error like you don't have the privilege or you don't have the permission to list the bucket, right? So let's open the EC2 now and see whether the user is able to access the EC2 uh, or not. Yeah, you can see here the we try to open the EC2 and the user is able to access the EC2 console. And if you see the instances from the here, the user should able to access the like you can it can able to read that. But if you try to uh, like stop or start or terminate any instance or create an instance, it cannot be created into that, because the user don't have the privilege to start, stop, or modify anything. Yeah? So it should be throw some error. Yeah, so you can see here the user getting that error. So it is the activity we have done through the Active Directory services. So keep watching, and you can watch it and you can implement it. Thank you.